fix you a little bit. Hey guys. I'm just hedging a bet that some of you will be in here. I vlogged in the car today and I just don't feel like uploading it. Hi guys. Hi CeeLo Fly and hi Kathy Todd. What are you guys doing? I'm sitting here looking at my planner. I bought 2 of these and I pre-tracked a little bit today because I'm just trying to figure out how to plan in January. And I pre-tracked what I was eating. I haven't written the points down over here, but I was getting ready to do it. And my goals today. And it's so funny when I do that because I made all these to-do lists. And then this evening we ended up going out to dinner. So I wanted to check in with you guys post Thanksgiving and see how you all are doing after Thanksgiving. Kathy Todd is trying not to eat, and that's why this is a good time to come on live with me. Put the pie down and get your tracker out. Did you track today? And then come up with a plan for tomorrow. That's what I'm doing, is coming up with a plan for tomorrow. And hi, Melanie. Hi, A. Holt. The day was fine, been downhill since then, is what A. Holt says. Hi, Pat Wilson. Hi, True Treats. Hi, Vicky and Rayanne and Teresa and DJ and Rebecca and Kelly Hunt. We've got 2 Kellys. No, we got a Kelly and a Kathy in here, and Joe Collins. So I might have missed you guys. Sorry. I'm going to try to keep up with it. But Angela is struggling to get back on plan. And Angela, that's why I wanted to come on here and just talk about the slide into January 2020 and what that has looked like for me over the years. Some years I do really well. Some years, October begins with the eating around Halloween with the candy. And then we go into November, Thanksgiving hits, and Thanksgiving is a really big food holiday for us. And it's food, it's family, it's fellowship. And I try to focus on the family and the fellowship, but the food is a big part of it. And it can be a really big challenge and struggle for me personally. I know a lot of people don't have that challenge. I was kind of laughing about on Instagram, people giving each other permission to just enjoy the day. And I think that's great if you can do it. I'm one of those people that I really have to watch myself because in the past, I've made interesting choices. And then before you know it, it snowballs into Christmas and I hit the beginning of January and I'm up 5 pounds, 10 pounds. One year I was at 15 pounds, you guys. And then my anniversary is in January. So if I don't really watch it throughout the fall and the holidays, I can, slide into February and be quite a bit heavier than I was in August or September. So I feel like I handled Thanksgiving really well. Probably something that was challenging for me was the travel aspect of it and the fact that I don't have control over the food that I'm eating because I'm not preparing the food. And I do a lot better when I'm able to cook for myself or pick out, things that kind of work for me. I did bring a lot of snacks with me on my trip that were WW friendly, but something that I didn't anticipate, and you guys can, those of you that decided to moderate on Thanksgiving Day or eat within your points or whatever you want to call it, whatever your choice was. Maybe you can identify with this, but I got up Thanksgiving morning and I had breakfast and then I went into the meal and had 1 plate and I enjoyed a couple of things that were higher point. Like I had real cranberry and I had stuffing and I had a really yummy salad with real dressing on it and that sort of thing. And then I was really satisfied. I was not overly stuffed. I counted my points. I didn't go back for seconds, anything like that. But what I didn't anticipate was that everyone around me, as per usual, and I never thought about this, they were eating multiple servings and really, really enjoying their food. And normally I don't really pay attention to a lot of that because I feel like, just enjoy the day. You guys do your thing, I'll do mine. And a lot of my family members don't have weight issues. And so they were all eating and, oh, I'm so stuffed. And everything that we say at the table when we've eaten a lot. And for the rest of the day, they also went for dessert and all that. But for the rest of the day, they were not eating. Well, dinner time came and I had had a moderate portion. I'd had a small breakfast and I was hungry. I was hungry for dinner. And my dinners right now consist of large amounts of vegetables and protein to sort of fill me up and tide me over. And it, nobody was in the kitchen and no one was eating. And it just felt very awkward to go and, have a moment of self care for myself and eat something so that when the desserts came out even later, I wasn't so hungry that I went for the desserts. So that's what I did. I went and I made myself a small plate of I put some turkey and some a little bit more cranberry sauce because that's my that's my weakness. And I enjoyed that. Well, Friday was really challenging for me because we ate out for lunch and then we ate out for dinner. I made really good choices at lunch. Dinner, however, I ordered a salad and I had pre-tracked and pre-planned, but when they brought me the salad, they didn't put the dressing on the side like I asked, and it was covered in cheese. So by this point, I had really low willpower. I was tired. And I've read a lot of books on this about how a lot of times at the beginning of the day, we have a lot of willpower. We're ready to go. We've got our trackers out. We've pre-planned our meals. We have a meal prep in the refrigerator. But by the end of the day, you're so tired that you're tired of trying. And that's why good habits come into play. Because if you have your good habits in place, and if you're tired, you can just relax and you can know I pre-tracked. I've got my snacks that I can eat. Well, I was in a situation where I didn't have any of that. I was out of my comfort zone. So I ate half of my salad. I gave the other half to my husband. But I was so hungry Friday night that when we got back to my in-laws, I had a big piece of apple pie that I hadn't planned for. And here's the thing, you guys, that is totally fine that I had a big piece of apple pie. But what I felt like was that I hadn't actually chosen that as part of my plan. If you all have issues with portion control in food like I do, then maybe you understand. It was like I was eating the apple pie because I was hungry and not because I really wanted a big piece of apple pie. And it just felt like I wasn't in control. Oh, my phone is telling me to read my cards.
So we can't walk anymore.
Oh, and there's Anita. So anyway, I was watching Anita before I got on here. So it was just kind of interesting to be eating the apple pie and just feeling like, oh, I don't really want this, but I'm hungry. I didn't have any more snacks with me. They were back at the hotel. It was just it didn't feel celebratory. So I try to just come on here and talk to you guys about this stuff going on in my head, mostly because I like to get it out. It really helps me get it out there. And then also, I just wonder if other people identify. I think people are just texting me wildly. I wonder if other people identify and have the same thoughts, especially when we're trying to take better care of ourselves. So, Teresa, I'm not beating myself up over it. So, I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just talking about the mindset aspect of it. And this is something I've really been working on this last year is mindset and what this looks like for me in terms of long term. And I don't like feeling out of control. And there are certain situations and foods that really lead me into a path of overeating. So, what do you think happened Saturday? Well, Saturday morning I woke up and I just felt completely on the edge. And I think those of you that understand me or understand this sort of issue know what I'm talking about. Like, you just feel on the edge, like, well, I blew it last night because that's the, mindset talking. I blew it last night. So I'm just going to eat what I want today. And so I really had to fight that. I did really, really well on the trip back. We ate out twice. I had chicken fajitas for lunch, and I didn't eat any of the sides or the tortillas. And it was a really large plate of protein and vegetables. So that felt good. And then I got a big salad for dinner, and I had some eggs for breakfast. And I had, like, I think a Quest bar. So I came back feeling like I did a really good job, you guys. Even though I had moments of just really low, it felt like I'm about to lose control. I'm about to lose the handle on this. And just trying to figure out ways around that, especially when you're traveling, especially around a major holiday. We're more sedentary than usual. The only day that I really got out was Black Friday, and I was so happy to get out and go walking. And that was my primary reason for wanting to get out in the mall, because I'm not like a big crowd person either. But just to get out and walk was wonderful. It felt great. So, anyway, Virginia, I'm glad you think this is helpful. I just kind of wanted to talk through it. The cool thing is coming up for Christmas, I'm cooking for myself, so I'll have a little bit more control. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was that let's just kind of watch it here, that we don't slide into Christmas not on top of things. Okay. I think if we make a decision to enjoy the day and eat all the things, that's great. But sometimes that leads us into not tracking, not getting our exercise, not getting our water, binging, all the stuff, beating ourselves up. Before you know it, it's Christmas. We have another big holiday, more food, more sweets, more everything, more drinking, whatever. We participate in all that. And then guess what? It's New Year's Eve. More food, more sweets, more drinking. And before you know it, it's January 1st, and we've put on 10 or 15 pounds. So this is the day to sort of catch things and then sort of commit to what you're going to do between now and December 25th, or whenever you're celebrating next. I'm just assuming you guys celebrate Christmas, and that's a bad assumption. But whatever you're celebrating, Hanukkah or Kwanzaa, or, there's lots of different celebrations and feasting happening right now. But after Thanksgiving, especially in the US, it's that moment to kind of reset and say, okay, I really enjoyed that. I had great, glorious moments, and I had moments that maybe I could have made better choices. And now we're going to move into this next, 4 weeks or so of tracking and drinking water and getting activity, maybe in anticipation for Christmas time or whatever, when you're going to eat some more things that maybe you wouldn't normally eat, or maybe you're going to choose not to. The cool thing, it's all your choice. The other cool thing is you really have to know yourself. And I think for this to be like a lifelong process, for us to be healed of obesity and to work on our mindset and to be healthier, we have to address these things that maybe we've done in the past. Were they healthy? Did they help us, or did they hurt us? And I think I'm really trying to look at what were the patterns that hurt me in the past, and how can I change that now? And it's taking a lot of processing. So, Beth Shear says, my worst days were Wednesday and Saturday, and Thursday was fine. Yeah, and Beth, it was so funny because I had a great Thursday, and then Friday was really, really difficult for me. I just felt like I was on the edge of just saying, screw it. I go into screw it mentality and just, eat all the things. And that's not good for me, you guys. So, do you guys have the chopped leaf and Freshie in the US? Really helpful having healthy, tasty fast food. So, Johnny Gooch, I'm not sure. Are those places that you eat, like restaurants? I've never heard of them, so it doesn't sound like we do have those in the US. So, I'd love to hear how you guys are getting back on track. What are you doing this week to get back on track? I know I've had a lot of people reach out to me and say they're struggling. And I would tell you the foundation of this, really, for Weight Watchers especially, is tracking. Even if you have a 70-point day, a 90-point day, try to put it all in your tracker. If you're doing that every day, it's really going to bring some more awareness to your eating patterns and what you're eating. It is an accountability to yourself. First and foremost, don't lie to yourself. And that is something that I'm trying to really participate in is that I need to be able to trust myself. And I need to be honest with myself about what's going on. So if I eat the candy bar, I eat the candy bar. But what time did I eat it? Why was I eating it? Was I truly hungry? Was I feeling emotional? How many points was it? Did I have the points for it? It's time that we really build that trust back up in ourselves, our self esteem, our trust, our integrity, and not lie to ourselves. Mindless eating is just basically numbing out to reality, you guys. And so for me, if I'm just mindlessly eating something and not putting it in my tracker and I'm just sitting there eating in front of the TV, it's a way of me numbing out. And so there are other things I can be doing. I've been crocheting, I've been reading, I've been hanging out tonight. We went out with friends for dinner, which was really fun. And what was so fun tonight about going out with friends is that I wasn't even paying attention to the food. I got veggie fajitas, and the conversation was so great, and it was so much fun, and it was so relaxing that the food was like totally secondary to all of that. And so it was just a way to nourish, because I was hungry when I got there, nourish my body, but enjoy the people around me. So if you're numbing out, get down to the bottom of why you're doing that. Are you stressed? Are you tired? Do you need more sleep? Do you need to exercise? I know exercising is really helpful at this time of year, especially for those of us that suffer from, seasonal affective disorder or anxiety, depression, all of that sort of thing. So, Pat, yes, we have to be able to trust ourselves. We don't have anybody that's going to stop us from eating. It's really on us. This is our responsibility. We've been given this amazing body, and it's our responsibility to take care of it. And so, be good to yourself, guys. Let me see what other comments I have, and then I'll get going. Angela says she's been sick all week. Yeah, for sure, and that contributes to it, and that contributes to it. So yeah, Angela, when you're exhausted and sick, it's really hard to have willpower, and that's when you do have to rely on good habits. And so, get those fluids in, eat soup. I've been having soup here and there, and not just soup that I make. I've been eating some canned soup here and there, and that's really helped me. And soup fills me up. And then when I'm not feeling well, soup is so comforting to me. So, Susan, yes, I think going out and enjoying the conversation and company of good friends was wonderful tonight. Hi, Sharik. I'm glad you were looking for me. I had a video I was going to upload, and then I thought I would just come talk to you guys instead. So this was basically all of my thoughts in the car today. And then I was like, I'm just going to go talk to my friends in person, because I appreciate your feedback. Samantha says she threw in the towel Friday because I was just so exhausted, but I had a good weekend tracking after that. That's great, Samantha. You got back on the horse. So that's amazing. You've had no exercise this weekend, and you need to get moving. I think activity and getting outside of the house, if you can, doing activity in the house. Remember the walk at home videos, Leslie Sanson. I can never. Sanson or Sansum? Oh my goodness. Anyway, you can watch videos on YouTube for free. So there's really not an excuse to not get activity. If you have just a little bit of space, you can get activity. So free activity on YouTube. I love that. Angela, you're welcome. Yeah. Vicky's not feeling well either. Yes. And drinking Coke and eating whatever is convenient. Right. Totally. And I understand that when you're not feeling well, you just are like, I used to be like, give me the Panera bread bowl with the soup in it, The problem with that is you're not really nourishing yourself, Like, let's think about, what does your body actually need when you're sick to get better? A lot of times, lots of fluids, protein can be really good when you're sick. Getting that vitamin C and getting your vitamins in. Empty calories aren't going to do it for us. So, and Coke, I know there's studies out there that don't really prove this, But if you are a nurse, the old school thought is Coke is more of a diuretic than an actual hydrating agent. And so if you really want to hydrate yourself, if you've got to have a sugary drink, you might as well have one with electrolytes in it, like Gatorade or something. But things that are caffeinated can stimulate the bladder. There's a lot of different thought out there. But I feel like if you can get those clear liquids in, bone broth is really good when you're not feeling well. Leslie Sanson. Thank you, Jennifer. Sansone. Oh, Virginia. Leslie Sansone. Thank you. Now I'm sure I won't remember that next time. Melanie says that she fought for about 2 hours before she ended up getting seconds of her dinner. You mean on Thanksgiving? Yeah. And have any of you guys had that internal battle where you're sitting there going, everyone around me is eating brownies. My mother-in-law made brownies and they're amazing. And everyone's eating pie and brownies, and you're like, okay, Amy, once you start, and that's my personal thing. I'm not speaking for any of you guys, but my personal thing is once I start, I have a lot of trouble putting the lid on it. So, Virginia, yes, you totally get it. So, Teresa said, I think we were all stressed about Thursday that Friday snuck up on us. Teresa, I think that there is definitely something to that. I felt like I had to shore up all my willpower for Thursday that I wasn't even thinking about what was I going to do on Friday. You're totally right. I do think for sure. Let's see. Jessica Cantu says the Wednesday before Thanksgiving was the worst. Sometimes those food prep days can get you too, like when you're prepping all the food. That's funny. It sounds like a lot of us had a lot of willpower and were able to do okay on Thursday, but the surrounding days really did us in. So, all right, guys. I'm glad you guys are doing great. Betty, I am working through the Beck Diet book. If you want more videos about the Beck Diet book, I can do some of those as well. I don't have a lot of time right now to record vlogs. So one of our nurses is leaving. I think I've talked about this before, and I'm getting part of her caseload. And then we have a charting situation happening, which is going to be more paperwork. So I'm trying to get myself organized in the office. And I bought myself a new planner for work, and I've been trialing a planner idea for that. So my goal in January is to get my work life within the confines of a 40-hour work week. It is going to take a freaking miracle. But for right now, I'm going to be doing some lives and some car vlogs. I'm hoping to do some cook with me's. I have several recipes picked out. We're in the middle of winter Lent. So we're doing a lot of no meat, no dairy, no wine, no oil. When we're traveling, we'll eat meat and stuff because it's difficult. But so there aren't a lot of things that I'm cooking. We're eating very, very simply. I will tell you, I've been eating a lot of like veggie burgers and, oh, I don't even know, just salads and stuff like that. Kodiak cakes for breakfast. And yeah, it's not very fun. So that's why I haven't really shown you guys anything that I'm eating or meal prepping, but I plan on doing that. And let's see, Miss Social Deb says, mindset is huge. I was in control this week, had made an apple cake for 3 points per serving, very focused. It is that mindset that kept me straight. Yes. And that's exactly what it is that constant mindset. Annie Russo, I am doing Weight Watchers Green. Oh, I'm glad you're here live. Sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I hope I don't sneeze. Welcome to the live, Annie. We just sit here and chit chat for a little bit. Spanish Whispers. Tracy, just reset and do what you were doing. Oh, she's talking to Tracy. So Tracy, yes, hit the reset button, Tracy. Tomorrow, what's your plan tomorrow? If you are off track right now and you're over here in the chat, I want to see what your plan is for tomorrow. And that's assuming that right now we are all 100% on plan. You can be on plan right at this moment. So if we're all 100% on plan right now, do you need to put something down? Do you need to stop eating? Do you need to make your way back from the refrigerator? Do you need to just go to bed? Is the refrigerator closed? And then what is your plan for tomorrow? So Teresa is pre-planned for the week. I am going to plan when we get off for tomorrow. I'm going to plan all my food. I'm going to track in here. I have it on my tracker, but I'm going to go and handwrite in what I did today because I had a great day. Let's see. Melanie, your plan for tomorrow is to not lose my willpower as the night goes on. I love that. So give me a specific way that you think you can do that, Melanie. So are you going to write something down in a journal? Are you going to pre-plan your day in your tracker tomorrow? Are you going to write down what you're going to eat tomorrow? Water, 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 says Angela. When you get your water in, I make better choices for sure. And I have noticed over the last 2 weeks, if I drink a big glass of water before I eat, so while I'm meal prepping in the morning, I drink water before I'm getting my coffee, like while that's brewing, I have less hunger. I feel more in control. It fills me up and it's really good for me. So I'm trying to do that before each meal during the day, and that's really helping me. A. Holt says Sandstone. Thank you, A. Holt. I love it. Hi, Southern Cupanista. Good to see you. Let's see. Melanie Swanson. She's pre-planning her day. And if it gets really late and you get really snacky, you're going to go to bed. I love that plan. Pat Wilson is going to weigh in tomorrow and reset. And Pat, remember, you're on track right now. Okay, it's not about tomorrow. It's what are you doing right at this moment? So we have a plan for tomorrow, but you guys, I'm giving you, you're right now 100% on plan. I'm giving that to you all. Hit the reset button right now. Don't go back in the kitchen if you don't have points, right? Right. Pamela, I love that. Pamela says that she loves to write down what she's eating and she doesn't want to mess up her planner, so she eats what's written. I love that. That's so cool, Pamela. You must have nice handwriting. Let me see. Kelly Hunt is going to move, and plan her meals. She walked 4 miles outside yesterday. That is fabulous. And 4 miles with our friend Leslie. So that's great. That's great. Miss Social Deb is remembering her why. And you don't want to go backwards on what you worked so hard to lose. Absolutely. You're welcome, True Treats. What's your plan for tomorrow, my friend? Let me know. I will see you guys later. I'm going to check back in with you. Probably not tomorrow night, but I'll try to check back in the next couple of days. You guys let me know how you're doing. Let's stay strong. Just think, imagine if you could A, maintain, or B, even lose a few pounds by January 1st. How much better you're going to feel than if you have gained, right? Let's kind of project into the future and think about stepping on the scale January 1st and being up 5 or 10 pounds. I don't ever want to do that. It's the worst feeling. So I want to start January either where I'm at or lower. So if you want to do that with me, let's do it. Okay? Let's reset right now. I'll see you guys later. Have a great night. Vicki, I hope you feel better. Oh, Beth, good for you. You can do it, Beth, for sure. You can get into that next decade. Stila Fly is going back to the gym. All right, guys. Let me know what your plan is. I want to hear it. I'll see you guys later. Good night.